crazy mother.
What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Sherrod Coon, and you are now rocking with the mobile version of the Soul Vision Podcast. You know that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about those things you might have heard or even saw. Today, I'm going to talk about the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance. I'm not going to go into great detail about it because you can go online and find numerous videos on it and all this other thing. But what I want to talk about is Kendrick Lamar's performance and anticipation of what he was going to do at the halftime show really depicts how petty we are as some folks around this joint. You know, a lot of us like to call ourselves serious, upstanding folks, drama-free or whatever, you know. But last night, so many people enjoyed that performance for what it was. The anticipation of the not like a song being played. Was he going to say the words? Was he going to mention Drake? The whole 9 yards. You know, that beef is probably the greatest beef in rap history. You know, just based on the magnitude of the artists involved, right? And then we're living in an age right now where, you know, they're putting out songs like this, like quickly, very quick, right? You know, to me, the greatest battle in hip hop history was the Biggie Smalls and Pac beef, right? And Hit 'Em Up, to me, was not Pac's greatest diss record. But hey, it is what it is. You know, When We Ride on Our Enemies is Pac's greatest diss, in my opinion. My opinion. Not Like Us is not Kendrick's greatest diss. I think it's Euphoria. But that's just my opinion. You know, but I like them all. I like them all. Pac Forever would be the greatest diss because that's my era. I know what was going on, and those guys lost their lives behind that. And I hate that happened because we lost two prominent MCs at that time. Biggie, I can't call Biggie one of the greatest MCs of all time because he's only made really one album, so we don't know what was going to come next. He didn't make enough music. But based off his one album, he had a lot of pull and influence and whatnot. I wasn't a Biggie fan. I mean, he could flow, don't get me wrong. I mean, he just wasn't, you know, at that time, I picked a side, you feel me? But, you know, I can, at this age and this point in my life, appreciate the artistry from both of those guys and the influence and whatnot. But if we fast forward to this time, I didn't know too much about K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar. I didn't know anything really about him other than a couple songs that he has made. I heard Drake's music. Drake has some bops or whatever. I really had lost all interest in rap music, you know, totally until this beef happened. And this beef made me see that there's still lyricism, there's still creativity, there's still elements of our culture that still exist. And last night, that young man put on a performance, man. He really put on a great performance last night. You know, just looking at all the videos on YouTube and the breakdowns, you got a lot of people mad, you know, it shouldn't have been that. No, you know what? A lot of you old motherfuckers need to just sit down and get out the 90s and the 2000s. I love the era that we were in, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. I love that era, but it's gone, right? Kendrick is giving us something that we had, and that's lyricism. That's people writing their own shit. That's the creativeness. I mean, the visuals this man came up with. I love the way this man thinks or whatnot, and I love his, you know, his competitiveness. And when I listen to Drake, and then I really delved off deep into listening to the Drakes and listening to the Kendricks and hearing people break it down and the lyrics and stuff like that. And the more I kept listening, you know, Kendrick is like, oh man, this is my guy. This, you know, he jumps on my top 5 right off the rip. He's in my top 5. You know, my favorite rapper, you know, is gonna be Pac forever, and it's because his music. I related to his music. You know, it was just, at that time I was a rapper and the whole nine, and I understand what was going on in the streets and the hood, the whole 9 yards. So what he was talking about was relevant to the things that I was doing, you know. And a lot of the rappers, Scarface, Too Short. I just loved a lot of the rap. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cube's music is timeless to me. His old stuff is timeless to me. Not too much of a Snoop Dogg fan, but he has some good music. I think his first album was his best album, and the rest to me was trash, right? But that off of Death Row Snoop was garbage to me. But K-Dot, man, has really made me interested in rap music now, because you got Doechii coming up for the females. That boy Ray Vaughn is nice. The West Coast is coming with some lyricists, man. And I don't think Doechii is from the West, but it just she's with that TDE camp. They seem like they serious about their lyricists. So Doechii, Ray Vaughn, and you know what, SZA. I used to confuse her with Elle. I think that's her name. The singer Elle, Summer Walker, and her. I used to confuse her. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just was not into the music like that, and they just all sounded the same. But to hear this woman's voice, I would love to hear SZA sing some Denise Williams joints or some Minnie Riperton joints, because her voice is that pure to me. She really has that sound, that old school sound that I love with the new school feel, and I love that they are very serious about their music. I know people have issues with Kendrick Lamar coming out, and especially the Drake fans. Your man's took a major loss. Y'all just need to just keep supporting him, buying his music or whatever. Keep believing that he's a gangster if you want to, so this boy won't do nothing to himself. Because this lawsuit just let me know that he's weak in the knees. This lawsuit just let me know that this boy ain't he ain't standing 10 toes on business. He just, he's that motherfucker that throw rocks, hide his hand, or I'm gonna call you a name, but you call me one back. Now I'm gonna cry about it. Come on, man, that ain't hood shit. But then again, like they say, you not like us. You not built like that. If I go punch somebody in the face and they punch me back, I can't call the police talking about assault and battery. I can't do that. That's whack. You know what I'm saying? If I take an L, I gotta take that L, or I gotta, I either gotta do one or two things. Come back at him, old boy. Let's do it again, mano y mano, or leave that boy alone. You feel me? That's just how it is. That's how the hood was. The 70s, early, 70s. You growing up, you throwing them hands. You getting out there and just boxing. Hell, you even boxing just for the sport of it out there. The slap boxing was really big, for us back in the day. The 80s, they started introducing, the gangs and stuff, the crack and all that stuff started coming, so the gunplay and stuff like that. But man, we were still out there, squabbling was a thing back in Detroit, man, at that time. So, Drake fans, hey, your man's took this L. He took the biggest L in history, and y'all got to ride that wave with him. Is his career over? No, not as long as you guys support him. His career is very much alive. If y'all keep, buying his music and believing that he's a mob boss and all this other bullshit. So, last night's performance, man, I gotta say, last night's performance was top tier to me. It was, he breaking it down. He didn't do what a lot of artists would do. I'm just gonna recycle all my old stuff the way that it is and this and that. No, he gave us some new verses. He gave us some nice sort of like remixes with the lyrics and some of the music. DJ Mustard, of course. Man, that was good. I like that. Kendrick made me believe in rap music again. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, because that mumble rap and this auto-tune shit had really just turned me off of rap music as a whole. It just seemed like it was just all recycled bullshit. No matter what artist that was out, it was just, they all just sounded the same. So I'm glad Kendrick came out dropped what he dropped, did what he did, and he gonna keep it moving from here. So PG Lane, TDE, hey man, do y'all thing out there. Do y'all thing. So in 2025, we gonna rise and fly. Peace.